Blair Show backstage at the second annual Dime Bash, with all proceeds going to the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund.
Fuck cancer! Fuck you, cancer!
Yeah, and we're here with the man, Sebastian Bach. Now, with Sebastian, what is important about this event for you?
I just think that it's amazing when music can come together and raise money for a good cause. And I think Dimebag would really like to know that we're down here raising money for the Stand Up and Shout against Cancer Foundation. And I think that's amazing when music can do that.
Now, Sebastian, tell me about, first of all, an experience you had with Dio while he was alive.
I love Ronnie James Dio. I played with him a bunch of times, and I was fortunate enough to hang out with him, and he was just such an inspiration to me because he did his best work at the end of his life. I think the song Bible Black is the best Dio song, and that was his last single. So that's very inspiring.
And then tell me about your relationship with Dimebag.
Well, we brought Pantera on their first American arena tour, so that was important, and so that I've known him a long time.
What was the level of partying?
The level of partying was quite extreme back in those days. I'm drinking water now. I'll party later, but...
So do you party anymore?
I like to drink red wine, but there's so much of party in this rock and roll scene that I'm trying to party a little less.
Do you, Sebastian, how do you stay excited about rock and roll?
I love the way it sounds. I love the way it makes me feel. I like expressing myself and writing songs that mean something to me and document my life. And it's a form of self-expression,
Now, one of the coolest things is that you've been in a number of Broadway musicals.
Yeah.
And you have been the man in all of those musicals. Mm-hmm. What is that like for you to go from doing heavy metal rock to doing a musical?
Well, I was in a church choir before I was in rock and roll. Wow. So when I was on Broadway, it felt like being back in the church. It was that same kind of vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it about that reminded you of church?
Just everybody gets dressed up and wears nice clothes, and I did Jekyll and Hyde and Jesus Christ Superstar and Rocky Horror,
and you played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. What was that experience like for you?
I found out it's easier to play the bad guy than the good guy.
What was the hardest part about playing Jesus?
Well, they're so mean to Jesus. In Act 2, they're kicking him down the stairs and whipping him, and
And he's got to carry his cross.
I know.
Up to Calvary.
I think the hardest part was wearing a diaper on stage. And that's not a good look for me.
And I've heard that next time you want to play Judas, essentially, if it happens.
The devil always gets the better songs.
This is Sebastian's new girlfriend, Minnie.
Yes, we've been going out a year.
How did you meet?
On Twitter.
You're kidding me.
Well, I saw her picture and I followed her.
Now, how safe is that?
Well, we've been together for a year, so.
Safe for me, because he's Sebastian Bach, but not safe for him.
Oh. Well, all I know is that I saw her avatar and I started following her, and I'm still following her in more ways than one. But just the shit she said, the stuff that she says, her sense of humor, and is very, very unique, and I just love her. I just fell in love with her.
How do you keep romance alive in rock and roll?
It's very tough because you can see the environment, and I think the key is to being together as much as possible, but you have to be able to trust one another when you're apart, and we're learning how to do that. We've been together a year now, and I think we're starting to trust each other a little more.
Or just get naked a lot.
Or just...
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
But you know what? I think self-confidence has a lot to do with a relationship staying alive.
Yeah. Well, she has her own career. She has her own, she's in movies and TV, and she's a fashion model.
Scientist.
She's a rocket scientist. And
Ooh, I like that. Maybe you'll find the cure for cancer. That would be awesome.
I already did.
You already did, huh?
Yesterday.
Now tell me about the new album, Sebastian.
It's called Kickin' and Screamin'. It came out at number 68 on the top 200,
wow,
which is very good for me. And we just put out the second video called Tunnel Vision, and then in a couple months we'll release a third video called I'm Alive. And I'm going on tour with Guns N' Roses next week.
Wow.
New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, 2 nights. So that'll be a lot of fun.
That's right. You're like bros with Axl.
Yes.
And a lot of people are very intimidated by Axl. What do you think makes your relationship different?
Because I just treat him like a normal person, and a lot of people get freaked out when they're in his presence because he's so mysterious. But I mean, I kind of get freaked out too. Like he's very, very intense guy, but he's so nice to me and he helps me out, and he brings me on the road, and I love the guy. He's a great guy.
I'm very thankful for that. Also, that you're going to be getting that opportunity, because that is an amazing opportunity to play in front of that many people.
Yes, it is.
And also, they just announced that Loaded, Duff McKagan's band, is going to be opening some shows for Guns N' Roses now. Is that crazy or what?
It's crazy. That is crazy.
Have you heard about that?
Well, I'm just happy that I'm playing with them.
Who are the musicians that are performing on your new record?
John Five.
Really?
He plays on a Tunnel Vision, and Bobby Jarzombeck on drums, and Nick Sterling on guitar.
Wow. You always get the all-stars.
Yes, I do, but I pay them, so you get what you pay for.
That's true. And then lastly, Sebastian.
Yes.
How do you take care of your incredible voice?
I do bel canto, Italian scales every day. I drink a lot of water. I never get drunk before I go on stage, but I make up for it afterwards.
Sebastian Bach, thank you for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show.
Thank you very much.
You rule.
Say thanks to Minnie.
Thank you, Minnie. Blairing Out with Eric Blair with Sebastian Bach signing off.
The Blairing Out Show.